Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my subscribers on YouTube, my peeps on Facebook, and everybody at House of Nerdum. It's time for my 2014 Stanley Cup Playoffs Semifinal predictions. Now, of course, we have the semifinals set just as a recap, though, in case you missed any of the NHL action. The Boston Bruins destroyed the Detroit Red Wings. The Montreal Canucks sent Lightning back home in a sweep. My Penguins were able to hold off the young Blue Jackets. The New York Rangers find a way to win their series, 4-3 against the Flyers, sent them home. The Minnesota Wild went wild on the Colorado Avalanche and caused an avalanche to happen, as they got the biggest upset in the playoffs so far. The Chicago Blackhawks gave St. Louis some more blues besides their baseball team, as they beat the Blues 4-2. And the Ducks destroyed the Stars in 4-2. And the Kings knighted the Sharks right out the door with a 4-3 win. Well, let's get to the semifinals. First up, you got Boston, you got Montreal. One of the greatest rivalries in hockey, one of the greatest rivalries in North American professional sports, in my opinion. This is the 34th meeting between these two teams in the postseason, which is the most in playoff series in NHL history. Montreal owns a record of 24-9 against Boston in the previous 33 series, and had won 18 straight between 1946 and 87 respectively. But the Bruins did win the last two recent series meetings, and the last of which was a 7-game victory in 2011 in the conference quarterfinals. However, Montreal did win 3 of the 4 games this year in the regular season. This is going to be a great series. I think it's going to end in 6, though, and it starts tonight, 7:30, so get ready for that game tonight. But I am taking Montreal. That is right, I am taking Montreal. I think Boston, you know what, both teams are good. I think Montreal is going to have a little bit of an edge in this one. Moving on, Penguins take on the Rangers. Yeah, you just heard it in the opening. I said, my Penguins. I'm taking Pittsburgh to win this one. It's going to be a best of 6. I think it will end in 6. The series starts May 2nd. Moving on to the next round in Western Conference, you have the Blackhawks taking on Minnesota, and I'm taking the upset here. By the way, this is the second playoff meeting for these two teams. The only other meeting was last year when Chicago beat them, but remember, the Wild did win 3 of the 5 games this regular season, and I am going to bank on that. Minnesota Wild knocked out the Blackhawks in 7. It will go to 7. By the way, for Pittsburgh and Rangers, each team did win 2 games this year in the regular season, but Pittsburgh has won over 4 previous playoff series. Keep that in mind. Moving on. Well, of course, we got to get to the last one. Ducks and Kings. This is the first playoff meeting between these two in the Pacific Division and crosstown rivalry. The Ducks won 4 of the 5 games this year, and I am banking on that. I'm taking the Ducks. You know, Kings, you did great against the Sharks. I think the Ducks are going to beat you, and the Ducks are going to do something good for California, because God knows it ain't the Clippers, the Lakers, and it probably ain't going to be Golden State either. So yeah, I say Ducks will win. Theirs will be a best of 6. So just as a recap, I got Montreal, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and the Ducks. Let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree with my picks? And until next time, this is the DOUG signing off, saying have a great day, enjoy the second round of the playoffs, and I'll see you next time, folks. Woo!